Hello, beloved. My name is Wagio Njoroge. Welcome to Journey with God. Episode 7. Yes, episode 7. So today, it's a bit cold in our area. And for some reason, there has been an outbreak of a flu. And I don't want it to get on me or hit me. So I've been trying to make some concoctions for me to prevent it. So it's a good day and I'm just admiring myself. See? This was the new school that I moved to. So this was, I don't know what I won. I won a trophy. I don't know for what. Anyway, maybe I performed well somewhere. Yeah, I was in, you see the dates? I was in second year. Yes, second year, just 75. Yes, I was in second year. And let me show you another picture. Let me see. Because everything that I'm seeing here, I'm watching here, well, see myself, even as I'm looking at myself, still second year. This is my father. I don't want to show you. Yep. This is me 20 what? 2021. And many other. I'm just when I was young, I was too young. But I was, just look at me. Just look at me. How beautiful I am. Look at my friend. Anyway, so you might be wondering, why am I showing you my pictures? Why am I so much invested in showing you? I'm trying to look if I have another picture to show you guys. That I'm alone. I don't want to be told I'm doing something. Okay, this is me. This is me in Form 2. I was a beautiful girl and I'm a beautiful girl. So, anyway, enough with the pictures and enough with everything and the memories that I had. You know, most of my pictures, I attach them to a memory, and some of them I remember and I'm like, oh, it was a good one. Maybe some are not really good. Because, anyway, this is my beautiful album. Yes, I'm a bit young, but with a old heart, maybe. Do you call it an old heart or a young heart? I still love things that I love, keeping my memories in printed form. I still love it. I still enjoy it. But enough with that. So you might be wondering, why am I showing you off my pictures? Why am I doing this? But anyway, so today my plan was to talk about something, and whatever I wanted to share with you, it was still in regards to healing, but healing in another area. But I remember today I was just having a random conversation with some friends, and in one of these conversations they started sharing about how they felt when they were younger, the things that they used to struggle with, and in terms of them liking their body, or in terms of them loving themselves and being confident of who they are. And really resonated with me. I was tempted, because I was just leaving the place. I was tempted to go back and sit down, but I was like, okay, if I sit down here and start talking about it, it might take hours, or sometimes, yeah, it might take hours. But even as I was listening to them, I was like, God, what they are talking about, I was there. And coincidentally, the person who was sharing that what they were struggling with, like themselves, them loving themselves, was in secondary school, which I think it's one of the places where most of us, okay, most, not every, most of us have struggled with our body, especially our body, or even our identity. And for me, for my case, like I shared, I developed scoliosis in my preteens, and it led to so many changes in my body. But the major thing was that I got a curvature, and this curvature led to my left leg. Then now I'm healed. Left leg losing some inches, like 1 point something. Then I developed a hump, and to hear the whole story, you have to go back to several videos. I've been sharing my story, how God healed me, how I developed, and the journey with scoliosis and spina bifida. And so for me, I like I shared, I really hated, for some reason, it was me, and also the people who are around me really made me to hate myself. I shared, I was a confident girl. I was really, really a confident girl just before this thing happened, because I don't know how my parents raised me up, how God even made me to be someone who is confident, someone who loves herself, someone who is proud even of herself, because I remember most of the time I used, even if you tell me as a young girl you look beautiful, I'm like, yes, I know, because I could look at myself in the mirror and I see I look good. But now this thing happens to me, this sickness happens to me, and it deforms me, how I looked like, especially now my body from the neck to down there. For the face, it never touched anything. But I remember I'll be sharing. I remember in class 8, another TV. There was a kids television show that used to happen in one of the channels in our country, and they had come to our school and they wanted to interview some students. So I was so confident at this time. I wasn't struggling so much with myself, but I remember I went there, and my teachers used to love how I communicate. They used to say, and they say, that I'm clear on what I'm saying. So I was amongst the people who were chosen to go and do the interview. So when I was interviewed, and they were interviewing me when I'm in the field and I'm walking, and I remember someone mentioned, hey, how you're talking was so good, but how you walking? And I'm like, okay, why do we have to okay, when you're saying how I'm talking, I'm okay with that. But now, why do you have to attach me to something else anyway? So, and you also remember I shared that there was this lady who was imitating her walking. Remember, okay, for the first few years, I could not feel my movements. Like, there's something that has happened to my leg. I don't know why, but things may be having pain in my ribs, having these things. That's one of the things that used to make me know by the way there's something that changed with my leg. That happened with my leg. And just a bit. Yes, there's something that happened with my leg. About the hump, I could not feel it growing, so I could not be able to feel anything that is happening on my back. Though, now when I look at myself in the mirror, that's when I'm going to know. Or when someone records me in their phone or camera, but then, do you have smartphone? No. Then the cameras, if someone recorded me with their video, their cameras, that's when I could realize there's a change that has happened to me. And this thing started affecting me now when I came to secondary school, and everyone is saying I shared like some guys were like, no, they don't want to be associated with me. Some people were not happy associating with me, because I don't understand why in our country, in our nation, in the world, people don't love associating with people that they feel they're not meeting the standards of how the world says, maybe the magazines, or how people would quote unquote quote how people who are beautiful, I'm putting it in quotes, who are beautiful and who are ugly. And I'm like, so I succumbed to these standards of how they are saying. So I started looking at myself. I look at myself. For my face, thankfully, I never got, I did not have pimples on my face. They developed on my back. So my face wasn't any, at any time it wasn't affected. So what, okay, like the adolescent stage, my face was never affected. But now my body with the sickness, oh, there's something that one of the doctors told me, that my height might be affected. My height might not be, I might never grow taller, according to, that's what the doctors said. And true, so not true to the word, but anyway, it just so happened that what they spoke actually happened to me, because my height has remained constant since the time I developed scoliosis. Okay, according to, yes, it grew some few inches. Yeah, it's only some few inches that grew on my, only like the height of my body. And that's why I think it happens that I'm almost always shorter amongst my friends. I don't think there is any of my friends who is shorter than me. Nope. But most places I find myself, I'm shorter. So this body, now looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I don't love how my body looks like, and I share that. I have a curvature, so maybe with this t-shirt that I'm wearing, a beautiful t-shirt. By the way, I start marketing myself. Yes, I sell t-shirts, and they speak about the name of the Lord. One day I'm going to share about the meanings, and this is Jehovah Shalom. God is our peace. But anyway, what I want to share, that with this t-shirt, you'll not be able to see, but there's a way my ribs, there's a curvature, and I'm bent in a certain way. So I did not like it. I never thought, like, I never understood why I had to look like this. And now when even people are speaking around me, I'm like, guys, you are okay, not then. Right now, that's when I start thinking, like, guys, why did you have to say this, So it started building. I started having a negative aspect, a negative thought about myself. I started thinking, Wagio, you're not beautiful enough. Wagio, you don't meet the standards. Wagio, you don't have this, you don't have that. Because let's say, for example, something that I thought, something like that was, okay, I don't speak it, okay, how I say it jokingly, because this is one of the things that I came to, like, according to me, that's not according to the world. For me, there was a certain time, like, you see someone dressed in a certain way, and I'm like, Wagyu, in my mind I tell myself, Wagyu, no, you cannot, by the way, you cannot dress like this, because you're going to attract some attention. Because let's say, for example, if I wear anything that is showing off my back, and I'm like, there's a hump, and people are just staring at you, I'm afraid that people will start staring at me. Some of these things, maybe when I wear, if for some reason, during those times, you succumb to many peer pressure. Maybe you want to wear, what do you call it, crop tops and all those things. I could not be able to wear them, because there's somehow how my stomach has quote unquote been deformed or in a certain way, so I don't want to attract any attention. There's so many things that I have thought about it, and so many times I started seeing myself, I'm not okay, I'm not good. I started, okay, for I struggled myself. I just struggled with the fact that I have to look myself in the mirror or in a video and see how I'm walking and see how I look like, you know. So, and for some reason, there's nothing or so much that I could have done, only crying to God. So the essence of this story, I'm not sharing all this that to make you feel, I don't know, to question yourself or something, but even as I'm sharing like this, because right now I have come to appreciate my body. It took me so many years, by the way, to be honest. This year, no, not this year, yes, this year and the better part of last year, I have been trying to not even trying, yes, it's trying to, as much as possible, to look myself in a video and say, Wagio, you look beautiful, you're okay. That's the truth of the matter. I'm not lying. And maybe so many people, I don't know if the people around me have ever noticed, I really get into videos that will have me walk, videos that will have me show anything, the full of the, okay, mostly how I walk or think. So most of the time now, lately, I've been trying, when I'm doing something, I record maybe a reel when I'm walking, or I record something when I'm walking, and see myself and tell myself, Wagio, you look okay, you're okay, you're good, you're beautiful. And I know most of us have struggled with so many other things. For some of us, they have struggled with the pimples in their face, because I have seen people with pimples for 10 years, 5 years, and they cannot be able to know how to get rid of them. Some maybe have struggled with their voice. I've met a lady, she's in her 40s, and she says her voice was one of the reasons why she never even wanted to record herself, because it's so deep. It's, if you're not like, sorry, if you're not able to see her face, you might be thinking it's a man who's talking in the next room, only to realize it's a woman. Someone, I remember, okay, not even remember, some of us have struggled with our sizes. Apparently, I also struggled with my size. I wanted my size to be bigger. I wanted maybe to have a bigger shape and bigger, you know. Okay, I'm just speaking, when I'm talking like that, you know, if I'm with my friends, I just tell them how it is. But anyway, I always wanted to have that curvy body for some reason, because I thought that how I'll look better and I'll look more beautiful. But with time, I think I've come to realize and developed a love for myself, my size. By the way, one day I went to went for these clinics, and they were doing some testings, and they tested my, no, not even testing, do you call them, yes, I think testing. They were recording the BMIs and my height and the weight, and when they measured my BMI, actually, according to my body height and size, I'm in the right, my BMI is okay. My BMI, and the doctor was like, why do you want to add more weight and you're okay? Your body is okay, maybe you eat okay, maybe you increased few kilos, but according to this, you're in the okay, your range is okay. So from when the doctor said that, I stopped pressuring myself to look bigger. I stopped pressuring myself to look any other way. And I remember even at some point, I told a friend, maybe the 1.5 inches that was developed on my, that was restored on my left leg, maybe it's just God speaking. I increased some few inches on your body, because now you were always bent on this side, but now when you're walking more straight, maybe some inches. Anyway, just me thinking about it and laughing about it, and I'm like, Wagio, why did you even hate yourself? Why did you not like yourself, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you do things? Because I also have struggled with my confidence with so many times. You know, I talk to people as things as they are, and they feel offended. Most of the time they will leave offended. I'm like, I'm just speaking my mind, or I'm just trying to tell you how things are. Also, there's something I always struggled with my voice. By the way, I don't know how to whisper. My friends can attest. I have tried to whisper, I don't know how to whisper. If I whisper, people will hear what I'm speaking. So meaning that my voice is always loud. I'm loud. I try, okay, in the videos you'll not be able to see if I'm loud or not, but I have struggled. I remember at some point we were in this hotel, and we were just having fun with friends, and the manager came 2-3 times, and he said, you need to keep your voices down. We were just having fun and laughing and everything. We were several friends put together who speak loudly and also laugh out loudly. Do you know what? The manager had to like chase us out. They had to tell us, you need to leave, you guys. But anyway, that was a struggle for me. So most of the time I could find myself in areas and in spaces where I have to try to lower my voice. But because I will not be able to know how to lower my voice, I will find myself, I'm keeping quiet. I don't want to talk when people are around me. But with time, I've met people who are even louder than me. Apparently, in my family, maybe I'm the extended, especially the extended family, maybe I might be one of the quietest, or people who don't laugh out louder than me. Sorry, who don't laugh out very loudly or even speak more, because we have seen and known that even in our making in our family, most of the answers are how we speak so loud that if we go to our grandma's, when our grandma was alive, that every time we used to go during those time, people in the whole area will know there's someone. There are people who have come in that place, like new people, because we were so loud. I remember there was a time we used to live somewhere in these rentals, and people most of the time we'll be told, get out. Not even get out, you need to lower your voices. I'm like, we are just talking. Somehow we are trying to talk normally, but anyway, with time we try to manage, but we are not able to manage easily. Anyway, with all this, I have shared so much, but my encouragement to you is that don't stop focusing on what all, quote unquote, all the wrong things that people are pointing out. Some of us, it's the body, it's how God has made us, for us to serve a specific purpose. It's how God has made us, and you don't have to worry about how people are going to say to you. But by the way, most of the time you have to talk to yourself and tell yourself, Wagio, or whichever your name, you call yourself out and you tell yourself, I have to just do whatever I have to do. I'm not supposed to be changing things in my body or how I talk, how I do things, just because you want to be like everyone else, So and also, as long as you're not being violent, as long as you're not trying to be like someone else, if that's how God made you, leave it out. Do you know some of us, let's say, for example, I have not shared this, but I remember there's a time some people were trying to do a wrong thing to me or to someone. Most of the time people have been trying to do a wrong thing to someone, and because of my voice and how I've been created, talking to them have enabled, when you're trying to get someone out of danger, you don't speak quietly. You don't, hey, unajua nini. No, you have to speak it out. And most of the time, because that's how I'm made, I will be able to speak, and that person will be able to leave it. So stop focusing so much on how people want you to be, the standards that they want to keep to yourself. If God made you to be short, there's a reason why he made you to be short. If God made you as to be tall, there's a reason why God created you to be tall. If God made you and your body, when you eat things, no matter how they are, you never become bigger. Or some of you, they become bigger and bigger. That's a making of God. And we are beautiful just the way we are. And you're handsome the way you are. As long as whatever you're doing, you're not you're not putting anyone in danger. So why do you have to worry so much? There's a quote in that people say that if you're not able to change to change to change anything about yourself, ask God for the grace to be able, or the strength for you to be able to accept it, you know. So my encouragement will be that ask the Lord, why are you the way you are? Listen to people when they speak to you, not the ones who are feeling offended all the time. No, there are those friends and or random people, they come and speak to you and they tell you something. Do you know, I went somewhere, somewhere I am not known, somewhere I so far anyway, my friends know this, and we were with my leader, and my leader came later and told me, Wagio, how someone has given me a message and told me your laughter has made me feel alive. They have made their day. It was in a hotel. I did not talk to anyone. We were just having good time with my friends. And this person, because he was the one who was doing the payment, when the person went to, because we left the guy making some payments, he later came and told me, Wagio, this person has shared the way you were laughing and how you were sharing whatever you were sharing. Remember, we are not talking to anyone. It's one of the waitress that sent the message. And the person said, don't stop doing what you do. You have just shared. And many other times even people have come and told me this and this. So what you have done has made me this. And I realized I need not to hate myself, but appreciate what God has given me. Maybe one day I will increase my weight. Maybe one day, I don't know if I can grow taller, but maybe one day. But because right now I'm not there, because right now I'm not able to talk with a softer voice. Yes, maybe today I'm not able to walk the same way every other person is walking. Today I'm not able to change the hump on my back. I'm not able to change so many things. But what do I have to do? It's appreciate what I have and use it to glorify God. So the same way, this is what I'm going to encourage you. What you have, do it for the glory of God. Honor him with what you have. Honor him with your body. Honor him with your voice. Honor him with everything. And don't let people tell you how you're supposed to be. And probably it's because they themselves, they're also struggling with something. They're struggling with how they look. They're struggling with how they think. Yes, they think. They're struggling with so many things, and they are trying to come and put this fear and try to put these ideas to you. And you now, when they put these ideas to you, you stop living your God-given purpose. I will leave it at that. And please think about it. And know that God made you with a reason and purpose. You're not brought here on this earth to be like everyone else. No, you were created as that one. Okay, I'm Wagio. There can only be one Wagio Njoroge. There can only be one your name. One that you. And God loves you and he cares for you. So the best thing is that appreciate yourself as early as now and thank God for who he made you to be. I remain to be Wagio Njoroge. I pray that you have been encouraged and that you're going to love yourself, and you're also going to go to God asking for forgiveness for the many times you have questioned who you are or how God made you. And I know he's going to lead you and help you and guide you in the way that you're supposed to go. And even how he made you for a reason and for a purpose. So go to God and thank him for that. Thank him for your voice. Thank him for your body, your face, everything. Because he created it for you, for his glory and for his honor. This is Journey with God. I even don't know what to call it, but anyway, in the title I'm going to share, but this is Journey with God. And I pray that you have been blessed. Have yourself a nice time.